Everyone, it's Larry from wstrades.com. Today I want to do a video on the difference between open interest and volume when it comes to option contracts. Had someone ask me about it, and I realized, when I was first trading or started trading options, I didn't understand why, the numbers were different, why volume would be different than open interest. And thought I'd have fun with this one, bust out the drawing tablet, get some visuals on it. So with anything in the market, you need two parties. You need a buyer and a seller. So we'll call this guy buyer Bill. And now let's make a seller. So we've got seller Sam. So we'll say we're trading SPY contracts because I'm going to go over the options chain for SPY and show you some real examples of it in a minute. So we'll say these guys are going to be trading SPY option contracts. And let's say Bill is bullish on SPY. He thinks it's going up, so he wants to buy a call. Well, in the market, you will just put that out there, say, hey, I'll pay X amount for, let's say, the 420 SPY call. And you'll get matched up with someone. And if there's not a lot of people there, might be a market maker. If it's not liquid, the market maker is probably going to screw you on the price of it. So it's good to trade things that are quite liquid, especially like even to the strikes. If you're trading something liquid as SPY or Apple, some strikes may not be very liquid. There may not be anyone there, and market maker is going to take full advantage of that and try and jack up the premium, make a little more. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. But anyways, let's say Bill wants a 420 SPY call, so puts it out there. He gets matched up with Sam. Bill gives the money to Sam. Sam gives the 420 call to Bill. And we've just completed a transaction. So that's going to go on the volume chart as 1. So that adds 1 to the volume chart, but it also adds 1 to the open interest because Bill just opened up a new position. And the open interest doesn't matter what type of opening position it is. Bill could be wanting to sell to open a call. He could be wanting to buy a put, sell a put. Doesn't matter. If you're opening a position, then it shows up as one transaction in the open interest. Now, the only way this goes away, and that's one key difference between volume and open interest, is volume is always going to go up. If they these two just traded back and forth the same contract, the volume is going to keep on ticking up by 1. But with open interest, the only way it goes down is if Bill was to close this position. So let's say he has regrets, market's kind of moving sideways, and he's like, nah, I need to sell this thing. So Bill sells this position, then that would actually take away from the open interest because now he just sold to close a position. So like I say, that will work for in any direction, whether he bought back, if he's sold short in option and had to buy it back to close it, then that would take away from the open interest because there's no more open contract. So it's pretty simple once you understand the difference. It's just how many open contracts there are on something. So let's look at a real life SPY chart or the option chain and kind of look at let's go down, find the highest open interest. So I set this up just for this video. You might have to change if you don't have open interest or volume on your option chain. You can just go to the settings and change that. So you can see right here, open interest in this column and then volume right next to it. I'll go down, find the largest, highest open interest. And it looks like the 425, 425 calls on SPY for the June 15th. There's almost 19,000 contracts open. So that's an active open position. These are people active in the market. You can see in the volume, it's 951. So that was the contracts traded that day. So, less than 1,000 people, trading contracts every day, or contracts traded that day, not people. But there's a lot of people still holding active position in this. And a lot of people will say that, if a certain ticker is kind of moving up, making some higher highs, and you see something like this, like almost 20,000 contracts that far out of the money, then that's a nice bullish sign, because these people are still have conviction that it's going to move higher. You got, 20,000 people that could be losing a little bit of money. Whatever the scenario is, there's a lot of people looking at this this strike as a bullish sign. So same thing would apply to the puts. If you saw price of whatever ticker, we'll just say SPY, was kind of going a little bit lower, and then you saw all of a sudden the open interest jump super high in some out of the money puts, then that could be a bearish sign that there's new money stepping in, thinking that this is actually a sustained move. So it's a good thing to keep an eye on. And like I said, if you're trading certain tickers, and it's got to be like per strike, let's find something with lower volume. I'm not going to find something with super low volume on anything with SPY. But like I said, with certain tickers, if you are trading a certain strike, a certain strike on whatever it is, there might not be a market for it. And then if you try and get in or out of this, then you might have trouble. And like I said, the market maker's just going to do his best to screw you, make as much money as he can. I actually dealt with that with a Clorox position I had on, where I set it up and it was day of expiration, it was in the money, and I just couldn't get filled for anything. I mean, I was trying to buy it back for the spread difference and couldn't get filled. So it's a little worrisome, thinking that they're going to charge me an arm and a leg to try and get out of a position. So if you get find certain strikes with high open interest and volume, then that shows that there's a nice market for it, and you're probably not going to get screwed as bad on the bid ask. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm coming up with some more ideas to doodle on this drawing pad, have some fun with this channel. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments, and please like and subscribe.